Hi guys, welcome to the flight today, as we're going to do a flight from Houston down to New Orleans, as we're using the 737-800 and we're using the special Louisiana livery for Southwest Airlines, as we're going to be departing out, coming in for runway 11 on the ILS, and we can get inside the aircraft and get everything all prepared for us to leave today as we run out of 33 left. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, leave your comments down in the comment section below. And we can get into the aircraft now and start up ready for our departure out. Okay, so we're in the 737-800 and what we can do is we'll go into our pre-flight checklist. So we've got our parking brake which is set. We can go overhead now, get the battery on and guarded, standby power is guided and ground power is on, which is checked. Left fuel pump can go on now as we get the APU already and set on, which will be checked. Then we get the APU gen on as well. So everything will be all good there. We'll go to BAT and ground power for now. From there we've got the position lights which can go to steady, which are checked. Logo lights, we can put the logos on just for the fun of it, which are checked. Cabin lights as required. Emergency exit lights can be armed with no smokings to on, and our fasten seatbelts to on as well, which are also checked. The IRSs now can be aligned, which we can go and set up now. Okay, like so. From there we're going to test the APUs and the fire tests. So we can see we've got the overheat detection, and we'll go and test the bottles as well as we get them all underway. We can light up the cabin now as we light up the cockpit and go into the front. Should be a nice flight out today as we leave off of 33 left. So we'll just light up all of our MCP panel as well, which is all set and done. So the IRS selects a nav which is checked, and now we'll go into the FMC and get the route all set up. So we'll go into our navigational panel, or our radio panel, and get everything all there with our lights which are set. So we'll go into our routing, we'll get the IRSs aligned. So go to our position, I'm going to put in Kilo India Alpha Hotel, which is set. Go and get that from the left GPS, punch that in, which will then set our routing. We're going from Houston down to New Orleans, which is going to be Kilo Mike Sierra Yankee. Our departure today, we're going to be departing out 33 right. We're leaving out on the Lumux Sierra 4. Is around here somewhere. There it is. And we're going to be transitioning for Gusti. Now we have got the other BOLs in as well, because we are going to transition for Gusti, as we can see on the departure route. We're going to basically make a left turn, we'll follow it straight down onto the 082, we'll go all the way to Gusti. So we're going to transition for Gusti out on the arrival, which we can set. Go on to our routing now from Gusti. We are going to then go to Udad. And then from Udad we'll go into the arrival, which is going to be the Udad 1. So seeing as we've got the Lima Sierra Hotel, what we can do is we'll go back into the departure. We'll find our routing again, which was the Muggsy 4. And we'll transition it for the Lima Sierra Hotel, as we've got 33 right in. And then as we go, we've got our routing, which is for Udad, and then we'll hit the arrival. We've got the Udad 1, which we'll select, and then we'll transition for the Lima Sierra Hotel VOR, which will bring us in for the ILS 11, and we'll transition there for Udad. So we're all set to come in. Can activate the route up now. We'll go to our perf and get that all in. So we've got 67.7 tons, 7 tons of fuel. We're going for 1.3 on reserves. We'll go for our cost index now. We've got 40 on the cost index today. Going for flight level of 280. From there we'll get our ISA as well. We've got 279013. Which is checked, and that will give us minus 26. Okay, transition is 18,000, which is set. We've got the METAR as well. Just go back to the perf, let's execute that off. So for our takeoff, we'll go takeoff full climb. On for our flaps set, we've got flaps 5, we've got 138, 140 and 142. Seeing as we are going just a little lighter today, we'll go for takeoff 1 and we'll go on to a climb 1. Flaps 5, 140, 141 and a 149 for V2, so we're going bug 149, which is set. Leaving off of the runway's heading, we are going to be leaving out onto the 329. Okay, which is set. And by the time we get over to the Lima Sierra Hotel, we're going to be 10,000 above, so I'll put transition in 10,000, which is also set. We can go ahead and set the flight directors on now. Set the first officer's panel. Now the FMC is pretty much done. We can go in and get our center of gravity, and we'll get our runway winds in as well. Runway winds are 16003. One 140, 141 and 149, which is all set. So altimeter's 2986. Yeah, which is set. As we go down for our landing elevation, it's going to be 4, so we can leave that onto 0. We're going for 280, which is set. So we're going back over onto our checklist. We'll get the center of gravity quickly before we do that. So we've got 27.2, which is going to give us 4.75, which is checked. So we'll go overhead now onto the rest of our checklist. So transponder can be set. We'll just set that to TA for now, which is checked. Indicated airspeed and max speed is also set. We can switch over the APU gen now, which is also set. From there, we've got the indicated airspeed, so we've got 149 for the V2, which is also set. We've got our heading, which is the runway heading, which is 329, which is also set. Initial altitude we put for 10,000, which is also checked. Your damper now can go on as the IRS is now aligned, which is checked. Get the window heats on as well, which will come on in just a second. So we'll get the window heats on, which are checked. Flight altitude is also set for 280. Landing altitude is set for 0 because it's 4. LNAV and VNAV as required, so we can take LNAV after 400, VNAV will take after flaps up, which will also be checked. Minimums rev, we've got altimeter rev, which is 2986, which is also checked. Auto brake can be RTO, and comm radios and doors are closed. So we'll go shut the doors now, as we are all ready to go. So what we can do is we'll call the tuck and get everything rolling. So we'll do our before start checklist. We've got our auto throttle, which is armed and checked. Left and right fuel pumps can now be on, which is also checked. Electric hydraulics can now go on, which is also checked. We can get the packs on with the trim air. The APU bleed can go on, and we can switch over the engine bleeds. We can turn them off, which are also checked. Parking brakes checked. We've got the ground equipment, which is removed, and engine area is clear. So we're all ready to go. Secondary display unit is the engine. Full start checklist, packs will be off. Engine 1 start switch. And then fuel control lever will be to run. So we're practically all set now to go.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Tug's going to connect us up into boat and get the anti-collision on now, which is checked. APU gen can come on, probes will go on after we have engine starts. Lovely morning to fly out of Houston today. Should be a great flight. Got lovely livery on as well, which is absolutely fantastic, as I've been looking for it for a little while, as I see it a few weeks ago, and it came to mind, why not take it out today and give it a shot.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, engine start checklist. Signature display unit is the engine, which is checked. Packs can now go off, which are set. From there, engine 1 start lever to ground, which is checked. So we'll go over now. We can see the start valve is going to open. N2 start to increase. Just see the oil pressure spring to life. 25% N2 will inject the fuel lever, and then we'll see the exhaust gas temperature start to ignite. Okay, so engine number 1 now, starter has come over, so we're going for engine start number 2. See the start valve's open now, N2's increasing, oil pressure will spring to life, and then we will see 25% inject fuel, and we'll see the exhaust gas temperature come up.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
So engine number 2 starter car has gone off now, so we'll set the parking brake now for the tug.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, so as we stand by now, we'll go for a before taxi checklist. So generator 1 and 2 can be switched over, which is checked. Pro Ps can go on, which is checked. Wing anti-ice as required, which we don't need. Packs as required can go back to auto, which is checked. Isolation valve can be auto. We'll put the engine bleeds on. The APU bleed can go off with the APU, which is checked. Engine start switches can go to continuous, which is checked. Flaps can go to a flaps 5. Switch over to Gen 1. And TR1. Flaps 5, which is coming down, which is checked. Elevator trim, which is going to be 4.75, which is 27.2 on the centre of gravity. Flight control set for takeoff, so we'll just do a little once around, which is set.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, see you soon. Bye bye. So we do a terrain test quick.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain.
Press recall.
Terrain.
Which is fine. Lights test, we can quickly test.
Obstacle. Obstacle. Pull up. Airspeed low.
Okay, all lights are fine. So, we are all set to go now, and everything is all good. Low display unit can go off now, which is set. So, taxi lights can go on, which is also checked. Runway turn-offs as required. Taxi checklist, taxi to assigned runway, so we are going to basically come out as we have a look at our charts here. We're going to basically swing out onto the Whiskey, we can take the Whiskey Delta, then follow it all the way down Whiskey until we basically swing a right and then line up onto the runway for 33 right. So, we're all set to go. I'll bring over the controls. And we can release the parking brake, apply throttle, as we now get ready to taxi on down. So we're going to make a left hand turn here. Or we can make a right hand turn onto the left. We'll follow it down Whiskey. We'll make that a left hand turn and then come around all the way to the bottom for runway 33 left. So take the first left coming up now. As we'll then follow it all the way down to the bottom. Make a right hand turn and then we'll be lined up with 3-3 right. Temperature's currently 25 outside, so we won't be needing the anti-ice for now. Once we come out, we'll come out on the runway heading along with Toga, and then 400 feet we'll inject the LNAV into the MCP, and then after flaps up we can then go into our VNAV where we'll follow on our restraints through. We can see we've got 10,000 feet once we come off 10,000 above, so we're going to transition off now for the Lima Charlie Hotel. So the Lima Charlie Hotel is 1134, which is set. 1134, which is also set and checked, and as we come down it'll be the 079. So we're just going to follow down the runway as we're going down Whiskey Delta. Okay, 079, which is checked. Which is checked. So we'll do some manual flying today. We'll fly all the way up to our climb. So we'll go all the way up to 280 manually. So see how the aircraft handles. So we're going to taxi all the way to the bottom and then take that right hand turn.
Welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bin and your small items are underneath in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know and we'll be happy to help you. After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other passengers can get by you. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card provided for you. Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be released. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once you depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Okay, so here we are.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 492 to Turkey, Louisiana. Our flight time will be roughly 54 minutes.
Find out in a second.
Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Okay, so here we are now at the hold, ready for us to go, so we can go in for our before takeoff checklist. So we're going to pass over now.
Direct your attention to the front of the aircraft for
you can get the runway tunnels on, which are checked. Taxis can go off. Strokes too steady. Shuttle checked and set.
Fasten low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another.
Okay.
Tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap.
So, centrifugal pumps as required, which are off. De-ice we do not need. Cabin lights are checked. Flight instruments are checked. Takeoff data V1, rotate V2. Got 149 for V2, which is checked. Nav equipment is also checked. We've got in the VOR, which we are going to use as we come up, as you can see.
In case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor that will guide you towards the exit.
We'll make this right-hand turn.
That the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. Start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth and secure the elastic band behind your head. Tighten the straps if necessary and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask first and then assist others. Leave your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it.
Go put landing lights on.
Landing,
Take one more look quick just at the departure route. So for the departure route, 4,000 below at the taps, parcel, and then we'll come all the way through for the 079470. Okay, so let's get ready to go. We've got the control column over, we're all set and checked, so we can release the brake, can go 40%. Please securely stow all personal items. And tow them.
Seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are all in full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight,
Takeoff one
and
is
that
in.
includes tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors
Airspeed
in
live.
the laboratory is strictly prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card booklet.
Check. Throttle hold.
Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions.
100 knots, neutral on the column.
Then we hope you enjoy your flight.
V1, rotate.
Positive read.
Gear up. Checked. Our nav can be engaged now. Auto brake can be turned off. We can turn the gear wear off as well as we just slowly start to speed up now to our flaps 1. We'll bug up to our flaps up.
1,000.
1,000 checked. We're going to go into that left to right turn. Okay. So we're going to make a right hand turn now. Climb one's come in. As we climb up now, we'll go to our flaps 1. As we go onto that left hand turn. Leave it out of the runway. Okay, there's our flaps up. Now we can speed up there. That's 1230. And just slightly lift up. Maintain with the flight director. We're going to go up to 250 now. A little bit of turbulence coming out. So after takeoff checklist, we have got positive rate of guidance is gear up. Auto brake is off and checked. Engine start switches can be turned off now. There's 250, so we'll just move up a little. Engine start switches can be turned off now, which is checked. As we just slow back down for 250 onto that left hand turn. Gear is up, lever off, checked, runway, turn off lights, cabin lights as required. So 3008 now. Okay, so as we slowly lower down now. So 5,000, so we come back round, we're at 256 currently, as we're going to get ready to intercept onto that left hand turn now. We're going on to the 129, so we can put the 129 in. Okay, there we go, staying at 5,000 feet. 129 is set, ready for that left hand turn. As we just stay now for 250. Flaps are up and checked. As we're going to go into that left hand turn. Flying the aircraft manually still. And get a little bit of trimming. There we go. So we'll now turn left onto the 129. As we're just following in with the flight director. L9 and VNAV is engaged as we fly the aircraft manually out on our departure today. As we get down near to Bottle, then we can start to go up onto our ascent. We're still flying manually, staying for around 5,000 feet. And then from Bottle, we can see that we will be taking the 090, so we're under 5,000 now. And we'll stay for under 5,000 feet until we make that left-hand turn, which will take us onto the 090. Then we'll make one more final left onto the 070, and then the 079 will take us to the Lima Charlie Hotel. Okay, so we'll just decrease our altitude just a little as we stay within 5,000. Currently 250, no speed restrictions coming out. I'll trim up just a little bit more. Get the aircraft stable. And once we make that 090 turn, then we'll be going for 10,000 plus for Mallet. So TRA2 on now. Okay, as we're going to come up. There's that left-hand turn onto 090. There, which is set 25 degrees of bank. As we now go onto that left-hand turn. Okay, so we're going to start climbing up now. So as you can see, the steep climb just to retain back the speed of 250. As we now climb up for 6,000, it'll be 10,000 above, so we'll go all the way up now to 280. So we go over onto our speed, and we'll set the altitude now to 280, which is set. Make that left hand to right. There's a bid season all that today. And then from the 090, we're then going to go up to the 070. Still flying the aircraft manually. Set the trimming. There we go. Let's come down for 10,000 now, as we're going to go to acceleration.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 2,000 feet. You may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line.
So there's passing 10,000 feet, landing lights can go off now.
Onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to pay a small
Let's start to accelerate, so we'll start to drop the nose now, passing 10,000 feet.
Thanks to our partners.
You can keep a slight angle, so we can keep our speed and descend up. As we come back for the 070 now.
The person has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You cannot get up and move around the cabin.
Okay, so we're passing 10,000 feet. Still flying the aircraft manually as we go up to Vermont. And then from the 070, we'll be then taking the 08 all the way up. So as we come up to our speed, of 290 or 295. We can see on our climb out CMDA, which we're not going to set just yet, as we are going to fly the aircraft manually up to 280. Now altimeter will push to set, which we will pass in 18,000. Below 10,000 max 250. We're now going up to acceleration, which will be 295. So, climb out checklist is complete. Was a brake RTO, gear is off, no lights, flaps are up, no lights. And 18,000 will then pass through our standard pressure. So still flying the aircraft manually. It's quite stable, quite controllable as we go up. So we're just trimming so we can let go of the control column. A little bit more steadier. There we go, as we go up to 295. We're now trimming. Get the aircraft ready. There we go. Okay, make some slight adjustments. So we're still on for following the flight director now, passing through 14,005. Holding 295 on our speed as we leave out of the runway. So as we're passing 16,000 feet, what we're going to do is we'll put on the autopilot now. LNAV and VNAV is engaged. We can let go of the control column, and 16,000 is enough now for us. So 0 now, we'll put the engine anti-ice, which can now go on, which is checked. Logo can now go off. So we're all set now for our climb out up to 280, guys. So what we can do is just past 18,000, we'll push over to the standard pressure, and then we'll go to our takeoff cinematics. So there's 17,006. $18,000 just come in. Okay, so we'll switch over to standard barometric pressure, which is all set. So we can go to our takeoff cinematics now, guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments down in the comment section below, and I'll see you when we get back for our top of descent, ready to come into lovely New Orleans with the special Louisiana Southwest 737. down into New Orleans. Currently minus 13, we've got the engine anti-ice which is on. We'll go down to our before descent checklist, so we'll get our descent checklist. We've got the METARs up as well, which we can also have a look at. So before top of descent, the ATIS information which we've got, we'll go through in a set. The altimeter is 29904. Which we'll set in now. 29904. And 29904, which is armed and checked. Reset the MCP altitude to 10,000 feet, it'll be by 9,009 by Android. Approach speed rev, which can be checked, so we're going to get our performance landing. So we're going to be coming in for runway 11. The wind's currently down in New Orleans, as we will check now. I'm currently standing at 20012. Temperature down in New Orleans is currently 29. QNH is 1014. Going flaps 30. Our landing weight as well, as we've now started our descent down, which will open up speed brakes in just a second. So on our progress we can see 47 to 44, which is only 0.3, so we'll take that 65.1. Be coming in for landing. Take flaps 30, 148 plus 5 will give us a 153, so our weight we said was 65.1. Okay, plus 5, we'll go check our braking, we can take any braking. So if we have a look on our charts, have a look at the airport, see what turn-offs we've got. So we've got Foxtrot, probably take number 2, which should be fine for us today as we descend down through flight level 250 on our way down into a lovely New Orleans. So we're currently coming down on 294. We can also get the reserve VOR in as well, which we're currently 68 miles from. Just passing the lift now, so we can switch that over as well. So just there, 10 miles out, just passed over the VOR as we're on our way to Aldad. As you can see, 250. So on our arrival, we're going to see that we are coming in all the way. Our initial approach fix is at Voodoo, as we're going to come all the way from the Lafayette VOR onto the 092. We're then going to hit Aldad 250, expect to cross 11,000, 13,000. We'll then come down all the way to the Voodoo fix. We'll then just overpass the reserve and head down onto the 106, ready for our arrival in. So as we pass 220 now and go into the mist, we can go and get our minimums, etc. So the minimums is going to be 204. Okay, which is set, nice easy one today. Okay, 204, which is also checked. Coming down, we've got a 153. So for 153, we're looking probably around about 750 feet. So 2.8 degree glide path, this approach point is 1.8 dm from the localizer. Okay, which is set. So passing through 21,000 now at 29 on our way to Aldad. We can finish on with the rest of our checklists. So passing transition altitude, which will be 18,000, we'll then switch over the local QNH, which will be set for 299 at 2, below 10,000 feet, our speed will be 250 knots, landing lights will be on with passenger signs, and we'll check the ATIS as well. So on for our ATIS, we've got scattered clouds at 2,500 feet, we've got broken clouds at 3,700 and 25,000 that we just passed through. Passing through 200. As the winds are currently changing, we have 18006. as we ascend now through the clouds on our way to lovely New Orleans. Visibility isn't all that great today as we're coming down on the ILS, so run on the Cat 1 single channel all the way down. Currently 30 miles from Addons as we send through 18,000, so we get ready to put the QNHs back over now. Okay. So 2994, which is set. Just near to Addons, we are from the reserve 46 nautical miles from the reserve VOR, which is practically right by the airport. Once we get to the reserve VOR, it's going to be the 106. We're just going to run next to it, just as a reference. You can see on the approach, we've got the ILS, which is the 109.9, so we can get that all set in as well. 109.9, which is pre-armed. So once we come down to total, which will be 15 DME for the localizer, will be at 4,000 feet, down on the 106, and then we get to 2,000 feet, which will be 8.3 DME from the localizer for Motherboard. We'll start the descend down on a 2.8 degree glide path. We'll be going around about 720 maybe, and then we'll descend all the way down from Winner. This approach point is 1.8 DME, which is right here. So passing through 15,006. Slowly getting to Addons, ready to go. 250 at Addons, which is max, and we can see that 250 should be in, which is there. Currently on the 7th path, which is all fine, taking auto brake number 2. Currently now on the 095, which is checked. Passing through 14,000 feet, currently 17 miles from Addons. Visibility is not very good. Let's get ready to breach through some more clouds. It's pretty much a straight on turn now from the 095. Then we're just going to turn to the 106, which is going to be our intercept. The 106. Passing 13,000 now. Got the Barrows, which is 204 for 200 foot decision. And we're coming for our approach checklist. Our approach checklist will literally be, we've got the descent to the de-ice is on now, as it comes for 10,000, for 10 degrees, sorry. And ASUS check for 4, which is 0. The recall, which we can do now, which is clear. Auto brake is set for number 2. Our altimeters are now reset to local, passing 10,000 feet. We will set landing lights on, and passenger signs will be on also. So passenger signs are on and checked. Passing through 11,000 feet, and just about see the ground over on the left, outside the left window. Okay, so passing 10,000 feet, we've now got the landing lights which are on. Once we come in for our approach, the altimeters will be checked for 29 and 904, which are set. Localizer frequency, which is the 106, which is cross-checked on either side and checked. We've got localizer frequency, which is going to be the 110. Localizer frequency is going to be the 109.9, which is pre-armed for once we pass over. Once we get near to the reservoir of VOR. Then we can switch over once we come on by. It's 250 now for 10,000. 10,000 can now be pushed down.
Please ensure tray tables are stowed and these are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
4,000, which is set. Grab up the speed brake. So as we debug back from 10,000 feet, vertical deviation, basically the profile basically carried on going, and once we clicked altitude intervene, we had just a quick little descent. As we come back on profile now, as we check the flight path angle, so 2.9 to 2.2 as the aircraft's now slowly starting to lift up. No, 2.8 now, 2.7, so it'll be at 2.1, we want a descent of around 1,000 feet, so speed brakes can now come back in, which are checked. Once the glide slope's alive, then we'll let the approach, and we'll be going gear down, flaps 15. Currently now 15 nautical miles from the reserve VOR. Once you turn off the reserve, then we will activate the ILSs ready for us to come in. We could activate the ILSs now if we really wanted to, which are set and checked 109.9, as we're just going to basically get ready to make that right hand turn. Currently descends through 7,000 feet, 240, which is currently in. 10 degrees now, we can turn off the engine anti-ice. As we're then going to start our next decel, passing through 7,003. Our approach is pretty much set up for us on our landing checklist. We're going to go around altitude, which will be set, runway turn-offs will be on, landing gear down, and autopilot should be disengaged. So we've got the 1099. 1099, 1099, 1099. As we just leave now from the reserve VO1, which is just practically just here, we're going to go on to the 106, come down for 4,000 feet, and then 2,000 as we arrive down. So we'll say we've been cleared down to 2,000, which is set. Over on a descent, flight path angle, vertical bearing, so we are still descending more down as we lift off for Voodoo. Then Voodoo is going to be for 5,003. You see the aircraft just nosing up just a little now. From there, go to Turtle, which is all going to be the 106. So the ILS localizer should kick in. You can see the airport just in a distance now, so we'll bring over the controls as we get ready to intercept for the localizer. There's a 106 turn, which is set. There's a localizer coming now, so we can go over and hit the approach. So the approach is in, we're on a single channel. As we will continue on the VNAV profile until we level off for 2,000 feet. Localizer's in now on the single channel, so we are aligned with the runway. We're still currently 22 miles out, so we'll continue down. Can open up speed brakes just a little as we continue down on our descent. Once we hit Turtle, then we're going to descend down from 4,000 to 2, and then the glide path will be from 8.3 DME. Mudwick is the descent. As we can see, Mudwick is right there, and we'll be at 2,000 just before. So let's speed brake in now. Airport is in sight as we make our lovely arrival down into New Orleans today in the lovely special Louisiana Southwest livery today. So passing 4,000 feet. Staying for around 240. There's 3005. So what we'll do is we can just vertical speed it. We don't need to descend too quick. 4,000, which is going to be for Turtle. So if we come down around 500, we can then lower the descent as the glide slope comes in. So we're down to about 600 feet. I just want to get down for 2,000 for Myrtle. There we go, 650. 650 should bring us bang on 2,000 feet. Passing through 3,000. So what we can do is, as we are now currently just within reach, we'll get to 10 miles or so, we'll then start to lower into our flaps. I'm not going to set flaps too out, so I'll just a little bit too out. Buzzing through 2009, 1000 to go, which is checked. As it stands, we have an 8.3 DME is where the glide slope is going to start, so there's the glide slope pretty much, so we're going to a flaps 5. Bring it down to a 175. Okay, 2500 check. So we're going to come down for flaps 5. As the glide slope slowly starts to come down now. As soon as we do a line, then we'll go into a flaps 15, gear down. So for the approach checklist, the altimeter's check, which is 2994, which is set. Localizer frequency and course is setting on the single channel for the 106 heading. The approach is armed, glide slope is alive. So once the glide slope is alive, we'll go flaps 15, gear down. Engine start switches are continuous, which are set. Landing checklist, go around altitude will be set once we are initiated. Runway turn-offs can go on, so as the glide slope comes in now, go for flaps 15, gear down. Which is set. There's the glide slope. Okay. Speed brakes are armed. Okay, so this approach altitude is 2000, which is set. So we can do our landing checklist. Go around altitude is set for 2000 feet. Runway turn-offs are on and checked. Gear is down 3 green. Autopilot is engaged and auto thrust as we get ready to ride a lovely arrival down into the runway. So as we are now fully established, we'll go down to flaps 30, which is going to give us our 153. Okay, coming down now. As the aircraft just levels off, we should be looking for around 750 feet per minute. Okay, so there's 750. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disengage the autopilot and the auto throttle. So I've controlled the aircraft now.
Thousand feet, stabilized, missed approach altitude set.
Two red, 2 white. Just hold just around in for 700.
Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, speed brakes are up. And reversers are active. Full pressure on the yoke. Check, reversers can be stowed. 60 knots, right here. So was brake number 2 was perfect. Okay, and stow in the speed brake now. As we come off the runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Louisiana. The local time is 6:27 p.m. and it's currently about 59 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off.
Okay, so I'm going to flight directions off
The
now.
overhead bins, items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Okay, so as we just get ready to cross over the hold, we are going to come in to our right hand turn, then we're going to come down to the terminal just over onto our right. So as we cross over now, can go ahead and get the landing lights off, runway turn-offs can go off, taxis can go on, strobe can go to steady, logo light can go on now, as we are all set ready to come in. So after takeoff we've got transponder which is off, which is checked, flaps are retracted which are checked, speed brake is back which is checked, landing lights are off along with our runway turn-off, strobes are off as well, cabin lights, anti-ice are off. The APU we can now get started as it is over 1.5 minutes. Start switches can go off as well. As we come around the bend now, ready to taxi to the gate. Auto brakes off and the runway turn-offs are off as well. So there we are guys, down in lovely New Orleans for the arrival of the night. If you like the flight, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments down in the comment section below. So, I'll leave you with the cinematics for runway 11 for the ILS approach with Southwest Airlines down into New Orleans. So take care for now guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.